Brian Thompson, 49 Page Road. There's an old saying that if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. Well, I'm here tonight to take a stand and hope that we the citizens do not fall for just anything. Last week I spoke clearly that we the citizens are being deceived by the very government we elected. This deceit comes in the form of the word safety, something they have continually pushed. The truth is before us and we need to set it free. Let's examine this a little more closely. Redflex is a private, for-profit company. Their goal is not to create safe intersections. Why would it be? That would put them out of business. Now let's examine what could produce safe intersections. What has traditionally been done to create safe intersections? Safety at intersections has always been achieved by first implementing flashing signals warning motorists of possible light change. Second, by ensuring a proper yellow light time of at least 4 to 5 seconds. Third, by ensuring an all red on each light for at least 3 seconds. This all red gives time for the intersection to clear. These are measures cities that truly care about their citizens have always implemented. The use of red light cameras means these safety measures are ignored. The main reason for this is because safety is not a concern, but profit is. This is where the greed and corruption start to come into play. I asked last week, why are we so willing to give up our constitutional rights? I'm asking today, why are we so willing to sell out the citizens of our city to a private entity? Is it for the love of money? Council, please recognize that money may not be the root of all evil. However, the love of money, greed, and power sure make excellent company to it. Is it not true that city council and mayor derive their power solely from the governed? Therefore, they must never presume to do anything beyond what the individual citizen has mandated them to do. Otherwise, what you would create is a city in which power is given unto itself and becomes the master instead of the servant to that society they have pledged to serve. We are here to tell you that this is something we do not want, do not need, and ask that you respect our will. Your role is to protect the lives, liberty, and property of the citizens at whose pleasure you serve, nothing more. We would like you to reward the trust we placed in you by honoring our will. Franklin D. Roosevelt put it this way: competence thrives only on honesty, on honor, on the sacredness of obligation, on faithful performance. Without them it cannot live. With this in mind, I'm demanding on behalf of all those you serve that council do the right thing and have these cameras removed immediately. You will be among many citizens who have done the same. This action will show that you truly care about your citizens and their safety and their fundamental freedoms you've sworn to protect. I hope you are now well aware that you have put everyone, friends, family, constituents at risk, all for an unconstitutional privatization of what is surely the common good. And with that, we find ourselves at risk of seeing the erosion of our constitutional liberties until we reach a point where America is no longer America our forefathers envisioned. No longer is this the future you truly want for your kids and grandkids? We have to be especially vigilant toward the kind of city we want to create for ourselves and our children, and at what cost. Let me leave you with this statement from Congressman Ron Paul: freedom is not defined by safety. Freedom is defined by the ability of its citizens to live without government interference. Government cannot create a world without risk, nor would we really wish to live in such a fictional place. Only a totalitarian society would even claim absolute safety as a worthy ideal, because it would require total state control over its citizens' lives. Council and Mayor, I'm man enough to admit when I make a mistake. I hope you can do the same and cancel this contract tonight.
Good evening. My name is Tricia Fleming. I live at 242 East 4th Street, and I'm here tonight to remind everybody as you go to vote on the fact-finding for the city that you have taken into account the fact of changing their start time, their shift changes, so that our police officers are on the street when our most precious commodity that you have sworn to serve is on the street, and that is our children. Please keep that in mind as you go to vote on it tonight, and I hope that my requests have not fallen deftly upon the city and council. Thank you.
Respectfully, Mayor Salzer and council members, my name is Bruce Arnold. I reside at 25 Gaples Orchard. There might be some redundancy here. Not coordinated, but some redundancy. Safety, by definition, is to be protected from danger. Safety has been very loosely used to describe the benefits of these red light cameras. Statistics show the cameras increase accident dangers as much as by 175% at one intersection in Colorado and 62% in San Diego. A timing increase of an all red light or the yellow light is much better for intersection safety. An additional half-second yellow light time increases safety and reduces accidents by 40%, as reported by the Texas Transportation Institute. Florida's own Department of Transportation found better street marking reduced red light running by 74% without increasing rear-end collisions. It has been said, just obey the laws. That may be fine, however, changing the variables, such as light timing, can make it almost impossible to stay within legal limitations. The same additional half-second added can reduce violations by 69% per Virginia study. And a 1.6 second change reduces violations by 88% as found in California. After calling attention to the improper light timing at the November 24th council meeting, the local engineering department adjusted the lights, and immediately a huge reduction in citations was shown, thus proving most citations were within the first 1 second and not targeted at habitual offenders, just money. Minimum light timing produces maximum revenues. Mr. Lauch's dilemma zone also proves that theory. The AAA and other traffic departments also suggest alternate engineering improvements before implementing the cameras. It is also more than evident that the negative economic impact of these cameras drains the area of much needed money, offsetting the good work of even organizations like the Tourism Board. Numerous people have approached me with concern. Many are using alternate driving routes now to completely avoid the cameras, thus using secondary streets instead of the thoroughfares. This increases the safety risks in residential areas. And while I'm not getting any younger, I seem to have an awful lot of older people saying that they're scared of these cameras. Most of them ride their brakes anticipating the light change. Evident by a car I followed out Western Avenue running about 25-ish, maybe a little bit less, and then braking at the intersections to get down to 15 to go through the two lights out that way. It doesn't seem to me like that's an increase in safety practice. Not to mention an inadequate appeals process, no refunds, which was addressed this evening, bogus citations such as the Gillespie's, but they're getting it rectified, constitutional issues, and other improprieties. At a previous council meeting, Mr. Evans said he applauded the cameras for changing driving habits. I think he was behind me in that line of cars that was going out Western Avenue that day. I do not applaud the cameras. Instead of turmoil, it would have been much better if we saw a newspaper headline that said, "City officials concerned for safety, traffic safety, initiated retiming and resynchronizing of the street lights." Then I would have applauded. In conclusion, I'm trying a new approach. On behalf of myself and literally thousands of people in this community, I'm formally requesting council to initiate proceedings to rescind the ordinance passed and remove the photo camera enforcement from our city. And by the way, I had on my following notes here that I did want to say that the city did a great job with the snow removal. To want to commend them for that. The crews that worked and they did a good job. Thanks.
Thank you.